I'm Lori and I'm with ODTUG, and here I am with Mia Urman of Player.
Hi.
Mia, something happened during Kscope's general session. Vicky Lyra came up and said something. So can you tell us a little bit about what happened?
Yeah, well, I was very honored to be awarded my Oracle ACE Director on the stage at the general session, where I proceeded to turn beet red and stand there in total shock. But I was very happy that that type of memorable event in my life happened at Kscope with all my community members.
So what have you done to get that designation? Tell me about the last couple of years. I know it's been kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, basically, Oracle Forms is not the most popular tool in the box, as everybody will say. And about 3 years ago, I started seeing that a lot of my customers were having trouble finding any type of content, any type of help guides. Anytime there was error messages, they couldn't find solutions. So I just kind of started a blog where I would document my bug of the week, things that were annoying me at customers, install guides that I'd created for customers. I just put it out there, and slowly this blog kind of took off. So I think I get about 600 people a day downloading stuff. Yeah, because literally if you search for anything Oracle Forms, I'm about all that comes up. Me and Grant's old blog from Oracle. So, and besides that, we've been working really hard with Oracle, trying to get, customers of Oracle Forms to modernize to things like mobile and cloud, and kind of trying to bring, we call it dinosaurs to the moon, bringing these older customers, inching them forward to learn new technologies and get into kind of the newer stuff that Oracle's doing. And of course, my involvement with ODTUG.
Yes, tell me about that. What got you first involved with ODTUG, and then what got you to where you are now?
Well, do you want the real story, or do you want the? Actually, 2 years ago, before Kscope, I applied for 4 form sessions and none were accepted. And I looked at the agenda, and like no form sessions were on the agenda at all. So I actually, on LinkedIn, I made this comment to Monty, and I'm like, they said on the forms page, like, come to Kscope, and I'm like, you don't need to come to Kscope. There's nothing for you to see. And Monty immediately wrote back, and he's like, if you find people that want to hear about forms, you can come to Kscope. And he dared me to do a webinar. He said, if more than 50 people attend my webinar, then he will give me a session at Kscope. I think 150 registered and 100 attended, and he gave me 2 sessions at Kscope. And I was so impressed with his ability to kind of cater to what the community wanted, and like add to the agenda just based on user need and seeing kind of this hole in the community. And I've been coming ever since, and even after 2 years I actually joined the board because I felt like I really like this whole ODTUG community where they're willing to change and adapt to what's going on, and they're always looking to provide content and know how to say they're wrong. So you don't find that too often.
We'll edit that out.
You don't find that too often in the high-tech world, I guess.
So for someone that has never been to Kscope before, what kind of advice can you offer to them?
The truth is, I feel like Kscope is so welcoming to people like that, like, I find like the biggest challenge I see in people is setting up their agendas if they've never been to Kscope. Like, even people who will come for a certain track, things might catch their eye. Someone for Hyperion might all of a sudden see mobile stuff and start moving on. So one of the things I do way before I come is I set my agenda, like literally a month before. I start looking at the sessions, looking a little bit about the speakers, and try to plan that. Another big thing is to go to community night. Like that Monday night, people are kind of in a giddy mood. There's like free booze, and you could really talk to people and meet people. And just from that night, you start walking around for the rest of the week, and you kind of like, people look familiar and people are saying hi to you after that night, where people get to kind of relax a little bit. And reach out to the board. Anybody who sees me, I keep on saying, wherever I am in any of my sessions, I'm like, if anything's bugging you, please let us know. And I try to say hi to 2 new people at least a day. So
nice.
I walk around at lunch and I accost random people sitting eating their lunches. Say, hey, you like that fit?
And why don't you just tell us about the sessions that you present this week?
So this week I did a bunch of stuff for the board, but I had 2 sessions. One was about modernizing legacy applications to mobile. So I kind of discussed a little bit about the challenges of going mobile and trying to figure out you know, when you have a screen that's, you know, the size of a television, how do you get it into the size of an iPad? And things like, you know, what do you do if people are on the go and weather conditions and wearing gloves and wearing special equipment, and, you know, if they have connectivity and not connectivity, and kind of everything around the mobile application development. Because I find like the product managers are like, this is the tool, here's the steps, but no one really talks about everything to consider when going mobile. And then my panel just now, which was I was very happy at the turnout, was about do I need to migrate my Oracle Forms application? So we had a panel of Apex product manager, an ADF product manager, the Oracle Forms product manager, and myself, who kind of was preaching integration between all the different tools. And we had a really nice turnout of people who were kind of trying to figure out, you know, where to go. And I was really happy, like about half the audience had like client server forms, half the audience was doing Apex, half the audience was doing, or a third was doing Apex, a third ADF, and a third didn't know what they wanted to do. So I felt like people really left with things to think about. And I always love the panels because it kind of like, most of the time the people were talking as opposed to us. So you got to really hear what's going on in the forms world.
Nice.
And it was really nice to hear them complain and want more form sessions.
Good.
Yes.
Well,
but you didn't ask me about the most important part.
Well, what's the most important part?
That Rob wants to come to Florida with us at Kscope 15.
So you'll be at
He says there are fish in Florida as well, and he would like a ticket.
So if you want to join Rob, his sunglasses, and Mia, you got to head to Kscope 15 in Hollywood, Florida next year, kscope15.com. It's live, register, and submit an abstract.
Yes. We hope to see you there, and submit a forms abstract.